Sabah everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to walk you through a level of customization that you do not get on your S10, S10e or S10 Plus out of the box. This is called Good Lock and it was finally updated to 2019 with support for Pi and One UI. So if you're running a device that received the One UI update, you definitely want to check out this video, and I'm going to walk you through on how to be able to customize your recents application, your navigation bar, your notification panel, even the clock on your lock screen. So let's not waste any time. This is TK. Let's check it out. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to be notified for all the updates and all the new videos that we push out for the Galaxy S10 devices or even other flagships on the market. So what I have in front of us here is the S9 Plus running One UI and the S10e running One UI 1.1. The reason why I'm showing this to you guys is just to kind of a heads up. If you're running, the S9 Plus with One UI, you can download Good Lock directly from the Samsung store, and we're going to go through all the different options that you're able to do to customize your device. One of the things that you want to be aware of, obviously, is that this is not going to work the same way on the older version of the Good Lock application, 2018. If you download 2018, it should update automatically, but 2018 is really mostly intended for Oreo, and of course there's a previous version that was run specifically for Nougat. So download the one that's appropriate for your device and make sure that you install it, and of course once you have it installed, go through and select which ones you want to actually be able to use. So you'll notice right there I'm using this. I have the navigation bar, and my navigation bar here has different options. So my Recents app has two little paws. I have a little star for my home, and my back is literally like a back arrow, and you can customize all of these things directly within Good Lock. To get started, all you need to do is go into the Galaxy Store, look for the application called Good Lock. It was updated on March 8th, install it, and once you have that installed, just go ahead and open it up and you'll get into the interface. You'll notice right out of the box there's a lot of options that we can do to customize our device. And there's two different options. There's the unit option and then there's the family option. And the family has its own set of customizations, and as you can see, I've installed every single one of them. The only thing that is not working for me currently is routines, because it needs to be running during, in an interface directly with Bixby routines. So for the most part, this is not going to run for us, and it'll actually say unplugged for some reason. Now we're going to start off with Lockstar. It's the first option, and that's the ability of customizing your lock screen with the different widgets that you'd like. I've created a style already, and I can apply it if I want to, or if I press and hold, I can go and edit. I can change the wallpaper, so that's the background. You can go in there and customize. You can add your own. You can go in there and customize the clock, the placement of the clock, where it actually sits. So an example would be right now, I have this one, I can select it, and I can go scroll through and see where the different options that I'd like to have it sitting at the display. And of course, we can go in there and change the visibility to different options as well. So we have the clock ability of showing it, hiding it, notifications if we want to show them or not. Of course, lock status bar, and so on. And once you're done, you can either save it, or of course you can go back and edit it. Now for me, I'm not going to change it because I've already customized it, but you can also set up the app shortcut integration, Samsung default one. Of course, use the system lock and keep the wallpapers, system wallpapers, if you don't want to change them. So if you're trying to apply system wallpapers directly from the theme store, this is definitely going to help you there. Now, Quick Start is also very nice, and it's really one of the really customization options that you definitely want to be able to play with, and that's the ability of customizing your Quick Start notification panel. Now you can see right there are different styles that are already installed, and you can go in there and customize them, change the color, and go in and customize basically the visibility of different indicators. You notice right there, mobile data, you can show that and hide that. You can basically show the ones that you want and keep the ones that you don't want. And of course, you can obviously set it up to basically go on the home screen, the lock screen, or the expanded panel. Very nice and very cool. And then of course, notification pop-up button, you can go in there, and that gives us the ability basically sliding a little bit on the notification, and it enables you to open that notification in a pop-up window as opposed to just opening out in the entire window. So if you're working on something and you get that little message you want to be able to respond, just go ahead and slide it down and then swipe to the right a little bit. Now this one doesn't have it because this is a system UI, but if this was a notification, a third option would be a pop-up window, and then I'll be able to interface directly with it. Very nice and very simple to customize. The next one we're going to go through is Task Changer, and I think this is going to be the most favorite thing for me about this. This is how I was able to change my Recents application to look like that. Not only that, I'm also able to actually open a pop-up window for multi-window applications directly within this system. This is called Task Changer, and this is the ability to basically change it. So you have your normal stack, you have a list grid, you have grid, carousel, so you can go in the list. It opens them up in a very, very interesting concept there. You can also go in a grid, which just kind of puts them all in a grid, of course, depending on your preference. Last one is really carousel, which I really like, and that gives us a secondary option. Now we have the ability of customizing cube in, cube out. So let's go ahead and do this. You notice right there, it's kind of in a cube interface. We'll go back. My favorite is rotation down, and that just gives me the ability of kind of like I'm looking at a stack of cards. And of course, when I'm actually just using it standard, I like to just stick and stack. And then Stacks just gives you access to seeing all my applications like that. And of course, I can customize them by doing the mini mode if I want to be able to bring it down. So bringing it in just as a smaller one, it doesn't take away my entire screen. Or I can keep it full screen but blur the background and of course center the current running application, meaning if I click it, by default GoodLock will be in the center and I can interface with it again. Very nice, very easy to set up. Routines, as I mentioned to you guys, we need to work with Bixby routines on this one, so not that big of a difference there. Clock faces, pretty easy. You can go in there and basically set up the clock face for the always on display or the lock screen. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on for the always on display, and you can go in there and customize. You have different options. You can go and change the color, download different options. Let's go and go back, and you can basically customize the different options. You say right there, it shows it on the side, and you can go in there and add different options in there. Really nice and really cool. Multi-star is another functionality that they're adding in here, and this is kind of a little bit of a beta. What you have the ability here basically is changing this split screen color, that little bar that you get in the middle when you're running split screen, and of course use multi-window without pausing apps, which means your ability of actually having two apps running at the same time. So right now when it's off, you don't have that, but when you have it on, you can actually have two things running, like let's say two video applications. May not work the best, but you have the option of doing that. Enable multi-window to all apps does not work right now. When you turn it on, it disables multi-window for everything. It's intended to actually work the other way around. Hopefully we'll get that updated. Now the last one under the unit section is called Navstar, and that gives us the ability of customizing the buttons on our navigation bar. Now it doesn't necessarily work obviously if you're running the navigation bar in gesture mode, so if I disable them, this is not going to have any function for us. Obviously this only works when we're showing it. So if you like to have your navigation bar showing and you want to customize it, this is going to be the option to be able to do it. Now I did a custom one and that's how you see it right there, but they have these preloaded ones with different options that just show, multi-recent and back, and you can customize them of course to your liking. You can go into a new configuration, select the color, button layout, and of course the icons for the buttons. And again, just definitely go ahead and say, go ahead and leave this. You can customize it the way you want. Under the family option, you get some more specific customizations to the system. And the first one is Nice Catch. Now Nice Catch gets us all the notifications, all the different things. So you have vibration history, ring mode history, call mode, toast mode, tech commercials, screen vibration. And this is mostly just to let you know what's running in the background so that you know what's basically killing your battery. If you're noticing a very heavy battery drain on your system, you want to be able to go in here and see what's running in the background. So you notice right there, System UI, Gmail runs in the background, Twitter runs in the background. One-handed mode does actually access the vibration mode every time I actually touch it. So it does actually hit in, and I'll see it here every time I initiate it. Very nice application. It's called Nice Catch, and it basically just gives you the information to make a better understanding of what's going on in the background. One-handed mode plus is one-handed operations plus is definitely my favorite as well, and that's the ability of getting gestures here. So you notice if I go up here, I get access to the Recents app. If I go back, this is just obviously if I want to get out of the application, and then one more time I can go out. You can customize where these bars are, what you can do with them. So you say on the left hand what you want it to do, on the right hand what you want it to do. But the main benefit of this, that it just gives you gesture applications to everywhere in the UI. As opposed to having clicking the home, back, and recents, you can swipe up to get into recents. You can obviously go back this way, or you can go back this way. Down takes you back, in the center just takes you home. And of course, if you're trying to get out of an application, it asks you to do it twice. You can set the transparency, the size, the position, so many more options that you can do with this. Just really nice. Edge Lighting Plus is in addition to what we currently have with Edge Lighting under our display options. And you'll notice right now is the ability of customizing it further than what we've had before. So we have a lot more effects. Of course, I have this one set up right now, customizing the color, transparency, the width, as well as the duration that you'd like the actual notification to keep staying. So you notice it just sits there. Now keep in mind that Edge Lighting enables us to interact with the actual notification. So I'll say done, and whatever a new one comes in, it's going to light up my entire display. And again, this is going to work exactly the same on our S9 Plus or S10 Plus or even the regular S10. The next one I want to talk to you guys about, of course, is the Edge Touch. This has a really good functionality because what it essentially does for us is it shows us where we are able to put in the default areas where we don't have an interaction, meaning it disables the interaction so we have no accidental touches on the side. You can customize. What I would recommend you is turning off to show it, and then make sure you can customize the edge zones. You can go into sensitivity and insensitive zones, and you can go in and customize it to your liking. This will help reduce accidental touches on the edge. Last option is Sound Assistant, and this is by far one of the best audio customization options that we've had. And the reason I say this is because once you turn it on, you're able to actually get that little notification right there. So once you click that, and it'll show up every time you hit the volume rocker. You have the ability of customizing audio based on an application. So an example would be, let's say you're running YouTube and Google Play. You'll have the ability of customizing the audio level there, as well as a system-wide one. So you have the system-wide and the app volume. The other thing we also have the ability of getting into is the EQ. So you can jump between the different EQs without jumping into the audio settings. You can turn on Dolby Atmos or turn it off. You can customize the UHQ upscaler, and this only works when we have a plugged-in headphone. Save it, and of course you can go in, say allow, and you can customize the different EQs, or you can go full mode and it takes you directly into the sound option. But one of the main reasons why I really like it is just it becomes a very small minimalistic option, and you can set the customizations basically for which apps it works, how long does the floating button show, and of course control media volume if you want to just by default have the phone control media as opposed to have it by default control ringtone. So that's something you can also customize, and all of the stuff is here. So if you haven't heard of Good Lock, this is definitely something you want to try. Install it, check it out, customize everything to your heart's content, and enjoy. As you can see, the level of customizations that we get with the Good Lock application are way beyond what we get out of the box. So if you picked up your brand new S10e, S10 or S10 Plus, this is a must-have application. And if you just received the One UI update on your device, make sure to download this and check out all the different functional things that you get there. One thing you want to keep in mind, this application is rolling out, so it's not available in every country, as well as not all the functionalities I showed you today are available in every country. So if you're missing something in there, please be patient. It should be available for you guys pretty soon. I'll give you guys links to everything in the description below. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support, and to all the new guys on the channel, welcome to the team. And of course, share this video with anybody that you think would be very, very impressed with having all these options on their brand new device. This is TK, and I'll see you guys in the next video.